Hey YouTube, QefkaRetro here, and it's time for part 12 of Nier. Right, the last time I played, I went to the robot factory, which what I thought would be a chance for me to grab another relic to get into the Dark Ruler's castle. But I didn't actually get anything from there, so I'm not too sure where I'm meant to get the relic from. But we should find out now. Because I think I opted on going to the Eyrie, or to... yeah, the Eyrie, somewhere anyway, after doing that. Apologies about the green screen. During the loading screens, it will start flickering, and that's purely because my telly, as you all know, is right next to the green screen, and the whiteness from the loading screen just makes it go absolutely crazy. But yeah, so let's go to the next area, which I think is the Eyrie. It's that way. Which was, if you remember, the area where I first met Kane. Right, so... medicinal herbs. It's always good to get medicinal herbs because you always bloody need them in fights. And there's about 6 million shades down here, which I am going to run past every single one of them. And the area is all the way across this field.
Something appears to be amiss with these creatures.
Oh yeah, they're shades.
The massive triangle over there. What the hell is it?
How to explain it?
You think about it while I kill them.
Oh, it's one of the ports where I can catch a boat to areas. Okay. Right, across the bridge and to the far corner of the land. So yeah, I would sit and kill all these guys, but they're just more of a nuisance than anything else. Oh, maybe I'm not going to the Eyrie. This one looks like I'm going to the tree place. The place where I had to read that story about the tree a few videos back, which absolutely killed my voice. I can't remember what that place was called, to be honest. Again, green screen, bright light, yeah. Even lights up my face.
This is the village from the dream.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
Well, I wouldn't have really considered it a nightmare. Just a lot of reading. Oh, it's this guy again. Oh, is it going to be reading again? Oh, hello, hi there, how are things? Huh? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree. The Divine Tree? Yes, it's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village. Did you investigate the cause of this presence? Not really, no. And why not? Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer. And why is that? I don't know, alright? It's just how things have always been. Weird. Well, then let's go to the Divine Tree, which is obviously that massive thing over there. And there's a glittery thing here. Examine. We are the grass, we are the trees, we are the woods. Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately? You should talk, Weiss. Pah, as if Grimoire Weiss is capable of spouting such nonsense. Hang on, I don't think he's done. The dark form that governs all memories. May the words form themselves to your liking. That would be nice. Oh god, back to eternal reading again. I was not expecting this. Black, pure darkness, painted over everything. Words scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. These words were few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. This is wrong, whispered the tree in the voice of the wind through the leaves. This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed. Once, long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. And once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world, words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached hospital sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. It's a great thing that I topped on my water beforehand. Also, I'm just going to quickly correct my green screen. Actually, I'm not. But the green screen, because it's now very dark, the light has gone already funny. So actually, I will correct that. I'll make my mind up eventually. Right, that's done. I might have to correct it again at some point when it goes back to normal gameplay. But for now, this will do. Right. The boy too has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there's a little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tanned skin and deep green eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him. But he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon, this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming, he knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, that this might not be so. But this conversation never happens. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory, and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. Look at my memory. There is a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with a sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when this white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began to fight with 23 companions, but most of them are gone now. Oh, but yeah. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce, low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She has been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It's etched with a single word: loss. Okay, so I think I need to remember these words. It was envy and loss. Let's see what's next. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame, it was a favourite of mine. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labelled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seem ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the few remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the man and his companion entered the room. Nier. Well, this place is gloomy as hell. The room QefkaRetro, or Nier, had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Nier suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the Forest of Myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. That is all that remains. As Nier stared at the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen, or M-U-S-T L-I-S-T-N. If you take all the spaces out, but yeah. Look. A small shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It looked to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth, sights and sounds tinkling from each other before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. This shade appears to be consuming the memories. That little thing? It's barely worth my time to kill. The tree extended a branch towards Nier. Without a second thought, Nier brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree. There is the conviction memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. Ahem, I implore. Hack. It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the colour of the lost envy? Oh shit. Envy was boy. Brown. Ugh. You let it slip through your fingers. Give me a break. I have to go back to that stupid land of words. So I missed all that. Hang on. We are the grass, we are the trees, are the words. Do I have to do all that again? We seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately. You should talk wise. Yeah, okay, I've seen all this. Hang on, I think it's done. Yeah. Wow, I have to go through it all over again. Okay, I'm going to jump cut here. And I will jump to the point where I have to answer the question again. Right, I'm back here again. Now, this is weird because upon doing the research and reading again, only the word brown was appeared in the boy's story, which was envy. So let me try brown. Yes, okay. I remembered the colour that was mentioned in the warrior's memory as well, in case I need to use that. It spoke. The shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Nier brushed Weiss's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to QefkaRetro. I must touch him. I must make contact. The moment his fingers brushed against QefkaRetro, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arms, and out its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone, 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New, powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than the simple emotions it had been designed to feel. It was the beginning of a soul, and the man was the key. But this was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation, but the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beasts? 23. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key, shouted the book. Grab the key. The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burrowed its way into the wall. Weiss. Oh, this world is falling apart. How can a world of letter... How can a world of letter? I'm not sure. I implore. Most important thing. World. Should it be Yona? The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letters slowly faded, Nier was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied. Well then, a lot of reading, but we're back into the real world, and the green screen doesn't appear to be misbehaving. It is a little bit, but that's fine. What in the... I never realized the shades were capable of rational thought. I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. Can't I just kill something without all this voodoo nonsense? With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in this world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind. Obtained a key. Obtained the memory tree key. There we go. I have access to the next... Well, not access to the Shadow Lord's castle, but I have the next key to get to the castle. Now, where can I go to from here? Probably have to go back now. Right. Like last time, because of the ton of reading I had to do, I am going to end this video on this note. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Well, what next? Check to see if letters arrive from the younger brother. Go speak with Popola. We'll do the letter from the younger brother. Let's see if the junk heap kid sent us a letter. But yeah, I'm going to do that in my next video because my voice feels dead. Same thing as last time. But yeah, that was quite an interesting little story. But it doesn't. I don't think it's got much to do with the actual story of the game. Well, it does a little bit actually, because now it's shown that shades have intelligence. But I think we just have to carry on playing on to see more of how this story develops and where Yona actually is. But on this note, I am going to end the playthrough here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you all later. Goodbye.